Well, I got an unclear sidewalk.
Well, no, you don't have no reason to be here. My car parks there all the time, along with all my other cars. Get away from my house. Get your ass back in your car and get away from my house.
Please get out of my face.
The Supreme Court doesn't have anything to do with where we're ordering you to stand. You are too close to us. You stand over there.
I'm calling the police. You want to assault me?
Take the camera off of me.
Within this past week, we at ROR have received quite a bit of emails requesting us to highlight some of the interactions you all have had with the police and different public servants. So given the number of requests that we've gotten so far, and because of the fact that they are very short, these particular ones that we're doing today, we're doing something a little different, where we showcase 3 in 1. Let's start with this one right here, taking place in South Bend, Indiana, with the man behind the TikTok channel of Punch God TV using his First Amendment right to redress his grievances with this random police officer who decides to peek around his car.
Hey, what is you doing, man?
What's up?
What are you doing?
Just checking the car.
Don't check my car. Get away from my car and get off my property, man. Get off my property, man.
I don't think you know how
Get off my property, man. You don't got no business doing here. Get away.
This is a public sidewalk.
Get away from my car. Get away from my car. Get your ass away from my car and go on about your business.
I am going about my business.
Yeah, go on about your business. And I need your badge number too, because I'm finna report you report you. So what's your name?
Officer Tobias, PN 2287.
And what are you doing here?
Well, I got an unclear sidewalk.
Well, no, you don't have no reason to be here. My car parks there all the time, along with all my other cars.
Make it legal.
Get away from my house. Get your ass back in your car and get away from my house. Get back in your car and get away from my house. You have no reason to be here, sir.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Get away from my house. Get away from my house. Once again, get away from my house. All those cars belong to me. Get away from my house. Get away from my house. Get your ass away from my house and find you something to do. I will be reporting your monkey ass. So get your ass back in your car and go patrol and do your job. Stay off my block and stay away from my cars. Get your ass away from here.
Now make no mistake everybody, this cop is well within his rights to be peeking around this man's car. After all, there is the Plainview Doctrine, and since the car is parked on public property, when it comes to seeing whatever you can see from public, it's fair game. What I really don't like about this officer, however, is his contempt for the public. You listened to his attitude toward this man, right? I mean, I know the man behind the camera wasn't the most professional, but cops are supposed to lead by example. And what's even worse is that you can easily tell that this officer was just looking for a reason to come up to this man and arrest him. Why else would he be parked in the middle of the road looking around his car? Don't you think that's a little bit suspicious? Now this one starting off is a very questionable at best interaction, but the next one is a definite rights violation from the Illinois State Police, specifically in Joilett, Illinois, with the so-called Captain Wilkies. The man behind the channel New Guy Media 1776 was simply attempting to film this checkpoint. And even though, starting in this footage, that you see he is literally over like 20 to 30 feet away from the cops, well out of the way from them performing their questionable duties here, so-called Captain Wilkies decides to harass him and violate his rights.
It's kind of like the state police logo. Simple and douchey. How you doing?
You stand over there, okay? You're much too close to us. Then it becomes an officer safety issue. So you stand over there, okay, and stay out of the way.
Is this public property? I'm not.
This is a police operation. Look at me, I'm talking to you. This is a police operation, okay? You're way too close to us. It's an officer safety issue. You want to record?
Would you like to
stand
search
over
me?
there. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Stand over there, okay? I'm not going to ask you again.
So it's officer safety, right? I just want to make sure I understand the situation.
Third time, officer safety issue, stand over there, okay?
Okay, but I'm not here to hurt anybody.
Stand over there. You don't understand what I'm saying.
I was being cordial with this guy up here. We're talking.
Stand over there, okay? You're too close to us.
I actually made sure to stay at least 10 feet away, as per the Supreme Court, sir. Please don't touch me.
The Supreme Court, I'm going to arrest you,
Sir,
okay?
please get out of my
The
face.
Supreme Court
Please.
doesn't have anything to do with where we're ordering you to stand. You are too close to us. You stand over there. If I have to ask you again, I'm very familiar with the Supreme Court case, okay? If I have to ask you again to stand over there, and again, it's because it's an officer safety issue, I'm going to take you to jail if you do not move, okay?
I will, but can I get your name and badge number first?
Wilkes 5711.
Wilkes 5711,
Correct.
sir?
Jumonco 7016.
Okay. Under threat of arrest, I'm going to walk away.
That's all right. Make sure you're in the third stall, please.
From a common sense perspective, objectively, you can tell that those cops had no authority, no lawful authority, to make this man move. They did this under threat of arrest, so this was most certainly a rights violation. And this cop claims that he knows a thing or two about Supreme Court case law. My freaking butt. The Supreme Court has held many different times that you are allowed to be recording the police in the course of their duties. Not to mention that interfering with public duties is a physical act. Did you see him interfering with public duties here at all? Yeah, neither did I. Now this man did file complaints eventually, although we're pretty certain that they're not going to go anywhere when it comes to the police in general. They usually don't. But the last interaction on this list takes place in Newark, New Jersey. The man who sent us this particular video wishes to remain anonymous, but he was the victim of assault in this city park, simply because he was recording on a traditional public forum.
Who are you?
Who the f are you?
I'm calling the police. You want to assault me?
Take the camera off of me.
I'm in a...
The perpetrator who whipped the man's phone out of his hand is Christopher Ah, one of the city council members of Newark, New Jersey. And when the police arrived, he was given a summons for harassment, improper touching, and threatening. Well, I'll admit, the police actually did the right thing for once. I mean, sure, they could have arrested this man for assault. That is, under New Jersey's Penal Code of 2C-12-1, stating one of the qualifications of assault being attempts to cause or purposely, knowingly, or recklessly causes bodily injury to another, or attempts by physical menace to put another in fear of imminent serious bodily injury. But at least it's something. You know, it's a miracle compared to what most cops do with assault victims with cameras, or just assault victims in general. I thought that all three of these interactions, especially the last two, were absolutely ridiculous, but what are all of your thoughts about this? Please do share with us in the comments down below. Not only that, but make sure you check out the links down below to both those other videos, minus the last one since the guy wants to remain anonymous. Although we will be leaving links to the news article that reported on it. Make sure to let all of them know if you can, that recognizing our rights said hello. Not only that, we the people, but also make sure you check out Attorney Shield in the description and the pinned comment, where you can use our promo code of ROR1776 to get your first purchase 10% off. So that you can more easily have yourselves an attorney on speed dial, no matter what police interaction you're involved with. We thank you once again for tuning in, everybody, and we'll be seeing you later. There's just one other thing we want from you, and that would simply be to never stop loving the good old Constitution.